Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. So we have, I don't even want to try your last name. So help me out. So it's John-Manuel
Andriote.
Andriote. Great. So what year are first time attendee?
First time. This is it.
So what have you enjoyed so far?
Well, I've really enjoyed everything. I would have to say. I mean, all the details of the conference, including little arrows on the carpeted floor to guide you. Okay. No, it's been great. It's a really relaxed, friendly crowd, and it's been really the most interesting conference I think I've been to of all the many health and medical things.
Yeah. So, what have you met a ton of people already? Are there collaborations with doing online health advocacy stuff? What are some of the things that you've been talking about?
Yeah, I really have been talking with people with different conditions and comparing notes and looking at the commonalities in our experience. And also I've been talking with some folks from like thebody.com and what was it, Health Central?
Yeah, Health Central here, Healthline.
And, it's a whole new experience for me to go from being a journalist and reporting on other people's stories and now kind of using my story as something instructive and of interest to others. But I love the whole idea of using my storytelling skills honed over many years as a reporter to do this. So it's kind of ratcheted things up in a really interesting way.
Yeah. Where are you from?
I live in Connecticut.
Okay.
Yep.
And so are you enjoying Chicago this far?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've done a lot of walking since I've been here. Distances far vaster than I thought because Chicago blocks are not like New York blocks, which are kind of little, and but I lived in Chicago 32, 33 years ago when I was at Northwestern. So
there we go. I think we're out of frame or something. I can't see the frame, so I'm not sure yet. But we're looking good. Okay, cool. So, what do you hope to get out of Healthy Voices this year?
Well, I think I hope to get a better understanding of how my experience and that of other HIV advocates or people living with HIV can sort of cross-pollinate, and share from our experience, strength, and hope, with others, and what I can take away with that as well. And on a practical level, I hope to get more opportunities to share my story and to speak and write and do the things I enjoy.
Well, I am so excited you've been here. I got to hang out with you already this week, and you've given a ton of stories, and your story is so unique, and you were on the panel, right? And so what was that like, being, sharing on already, getting to share your stories, and has it changed? Not your story has to change, but the way you present the story, have you learned some things from that?
Yeah, it really has changed since my HIV coming out story in the Washington Post that I wrote in 2006, about 6 months after my diagnosis. That was the first time that I really wrote in the first person about HIV/AIDS, when suddenly, all these stories that I had reported on about other people for the last 20 years, suddenly it was my own story in the first person. And it was no longer him and his, it was me and my. And that was really uncomfortable back then, but in the years since then, 12 years since I came out in the Post and struggled to kind of write from a first person, I've had a lot more time to think about how I want to frame my story and the language that I use to describe it, and that's another commonality I'm finding with other advocates here, is that how we think about our condition has a lot to do with the words and the language that we use in our own self-talk, the story about ourselves that we tell ourselves. So if we're the hero of our story, we frame things in a positive way, but if we're the victim, everything is kind of bleak. So I've seen a lot of heroes, and that's really inspiring.
Well, you are one of those heroes that I see here, and I thank you so much. Yeah, and so thank you for everyone watching. So enjoy the rest of your dinner.